Hello again. Sometimes a little thing causes us to realise just how enormously our country has changed, and not necessarily for the better, in a generation or so. On the 22nd of April 1993, then Prime Minister John Major gave a speech to the Conservative Group for Europe. In the course of this speech, he said the following: 50 years from now, Britain will still be the country of long shadows on county grounds, warm beer, invincible green suburbs, dog lovers, and pools fillers, and, as George Orwell said, old maids bicycling to Holy Communion through the morning mist. And if we get our way, Shakespeare still read even in school. Britain will survive unamendable in all essentials. Well, it's not yet 50 years since he gave that speech, and yet it's clear that he was speaking in a different era of a completely different country. That speech is so outdated it might as well have been delivered in 1914 on the eve of the First World War. Britain will survive unamendable in all essentials. Old maids bicycling to Holy Communion through the morning mist was actually a perfectly accurate image of a certain phenomenon which was true when George Orwell wrote those words, and still so when John Major quoted them in 1993. Now, it's a meaningless description in this modern Britain. Invincible green suburbs? As for pooled villas, I doubt anybody under the age of 40 even knows what is meant by that. The Britain of 1993 has simply vanished, perhaps because we took it for granted, and like John Major assumed that as a matter of course that our cherished nation would still be the same in 50 years. As John Major said, it would survive unamendable in all essentials. It hasn't. It's been trashed and all but destroyed. Part of the change is inevitably due to the huge number of people arriving here to live who have no interest in either George Orwell or Shakespeare, and to whom the idea of county cricket grounds means absolutely nothing. We learned today that in the last 20 years no fewer than 14 million national insurance numbers have been issued to foreigners. 14 million. Britain is almost finished, and by the time it is 50 years since that speech of John Major's, I doubt if any of the things he mentions will mean a damn thing to anybody in the entire country.